Tonight, I want to talk about entrepreneurship. How many in this room are entrepreneurs in some way? A lot of you. I'm an entrepreneur. I started North Star Commercial Partners 15 years ago. Came home one day to my wife and I said, guess what? We're going to take a step backward or a giant leap forward, hopefully. I had saved up enough money that we could live for a year, and I said to my wife, don't worry, if it all fails, we'll keep a few $100 in the account. We'll go down to Mexico for a week, drink a lot of tequila, and then come back and try to find a job somewhere. I grew up in a family of entrepreneurs. That's what they discussed around the dinner table at night, so I had no choice. And it's not easy being an entrepreneur. I remember when I started out going, and we were talking about in the meeting just now, talking about things like accountants or how do you put together a team or how do you run a business? Because frankly, the laws of the land are really not set up all that well for entrepreneurs. In fact, as an entrepreneur, if you misstep between the federal government, state government, and everything in between, you can get yourself in a pretty tough pickle, to say the least. So it's not easy. But it is truly one of the great things about our society in America. Think about that for a second. The ability to start something, to build a team, to create opportunity, to achieve your dreams. You know, oftentimes we take that for granted in America. We assume, well, it's just there. A lot of other countries, that's not the case. Business and industry is owned by the government or squashed by the government. We're very, very fortunate. Living in a capitalist society gives us freedoms and opportunities that I would say is the most moral system the world has ever known. What is more moral? The ability to say that you produce for the state and the state can take from you whenever you want? Or for you to go out and take risk yourself to create opportunity that can benefit you and others? That is true human empowerment. I often tell people for a moment, take the United States of America off of the world stage. We never existed. And what type of world do you have? Now let me say, before we go there, we're not perfect by any stretch of the imagination. But I would say we have had a phenomenal impact on the world and the things we've created and the ideals we've put forth and the quality of life that we have helped to perpetuate for people all around. So I did a little research on this word entrepreneur. And it comes from a 13th century French verb, entreprenande. Now I just butchered that, and I'm sure there's someone who speaks French here, and you can, tweet about it or whatever you want, but I didn't take French, sorry about that. But here's what I thought was interesting. It's a verb. It's not a noun, it's a verb. And that verb means to do something, to undertake. Kind of interesting when you think about it. I then did a little research, and from the Library of Economics and Liberty, they gave this long definition of an entrepreneur, but let me just read the first sentence or so. An entrepreneur is someone who organizes, manages, and assumes the risk of a business or enterprise. An entrepreneur is an agent of change. Entrepreneurship is the process of discovering new ways of combining resources. It then goes on to talk about how an entrepreneur makes profit, which I got lost about halfway into. I didn't know, I thought you just kind of made money, but I don't know. And so you think about entrepreneurship and what it means. And tonight, we have a great entrepreneur in our midst. Jake Jabs is the president and CEO of American Furniture Warehouse. He's the fourth of 9 children and was born and raised in rural Montana, one of my favorite places on the planet, state of Montana. And his parents were immigrants from Russia and Poland. He credits his family for providing him with a strong work ethic. Notice he didn't credit him for an easy life. or for other things that maybe we would think are the big priorities, but a strong work ethic, an appreciation of work, a sense of family, and a love of music. He had a brief stint selling home electronics in the 1950s, and his first serious venture into the furniture business came in 1968. 3 years before I was born, but yeah. I'm feeling a little bit old. My daughter graduates from college this weekend, so I'm kind of getting through that myself. So. And he opened Mediterranean Galleries. American Furniture Warehouse was founded in 1975. And since then, headquarters are in Inglewood here, just down the street. It's one of the top retail furniture companies in the United States, with sales topping $392 million in 2013, and with nearly 2,000 employees. 2,000 people that get to work, 2,000 people that get to bring home a paycheck, pay their mortgages, send their kids to school, and to achieve their dreams. I don't know if he'll get into it or not, but this gentleman has a higher pay rate than most people in the industry because he believes in his people. In 2013, Jake gave $10 million to the University of Colorado at Denver. $10 million. And he did so to promote entrepreneurship. He's that impassioned about entrepreneurship. He realizes its true impact in society. And on the walls of the University of Colorado, Denver School of Business, are his 39 keys to business success. 39. Here are a couple of them. To succeed, you have to be willing to fail. To succeed, you have to be willing to fail. Think about that for a second. Are you truly willing to fail in order to create opportunity? Entrepreneurs don't do it for the money. And entrepreneurs have a passion for what you do, love your job. Most entrepreneurs that I know don't look at it as work. They look at it as fun and opportunity. It's pretty special. Jake has had a tremendous impact. And one of his quotes that I really liked is the secret to free enterprise, the free enterprise system, is finding a need and then fulfilling that need. I still use that formula today with my buying. Whatever the consumer needs, that's what we buy. How many of you in here have a piece of American furniture in your house? Maybe I should have asked it the other way, and then Jake could have taken him aside. With that, we are honored to have a great entrepreneur, a great businessman, and a great philanthropist here this evening, Jake.